How do I record this? Here I am again, guys. Recording. Oh. It's live. Alright, so record, mute, disable camera, share screen, add source, settings, end stream. Does this not record? Seriously? Alright. Well, if you're watching this is when you're watching this in the future, just know that this is behind a paywall on Instagram. A $9.99 a month paywall. It's not on a paywall here because one, I don't even know if it's recording, but two, if it is, by the time this thing catches on, it can be way episodes and you're likely not going to be watching this. So this is for the select few that are doing the work right now. This is Altered Reality episode 6. So let me start the stream over here. I'm going to record it on my phone, I guess, since I don't know if it's recording here. And let's go. Where's the private chat? Privately talk to the host? No. How about the actual chat? I'm still practicing on how. Here we go, chat. Hey, Robert. Thanks so much. All right, let's start. Now live. Looks like it was on LinkedIn. Welcome, guys. This is episode 6 of Altered Reality. Be sure if you want more life-changing content, just go and subscribe on my website. It is learnfromike.com. It's free, but you do need to subscribe to get the stuff. Today we're going to talk about being open and what that means, what days off mean to you, and maybe if we have time, the fact that there's never been an unselfish act in the history of humans, period. What's up, Ivy? Hey, Xavier, what's up? All right, so, almost tweeted out my number. Hold on, I'm going to pin a comment. Life-changing stuff at learnfromike.com. Fortunately, it doesn't let me type this out before. I'm going to buy the paid version of this, but I'm practicing right now. Post and pin. What's up, everybody? All right, enough with the hotness for now. I'll answer questions at the end. So, stop saying you want to contribute to society. So it took me a while actually to come and do this today because everywhere I went was closed. They were all closed. I went to this place, closed. I went to that place, closed. And it's Sunday. I'm walking around. It was early. Like I tried to do this at 4, closed. I tried to do this at 6. The other place was closed. I went to go grab a bite. They were closed. If you, whatever it is that you do, whether it's a product or a service, and if you work for other people, we'll get into what days off mean. You are the product or the service if you're working for others. Stop saying you want to contribute to society. If your business or your product is not available 24 hours a day. This includes Ikes. Like there's 0 Ikes that are 24 hours a day. what it means if you ever close, like, okay, today so many places were closed because it's a Sunday. Heck, there's a place that's very famous that they're closed on Sundays. That means you're placing something else as a higher priority to you contributing to others. And I'm not saying you have to contribute to others. No, you don't have to ever do that. And if you close 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 5 hours a day if you're closed, that means you put something else above and make it more important than contributing to others. Now, people are like, probably get offended by that. And again, I'm not saying you have to contribute. It's just, what is the narrative out there right now? Stop being selfish, right? We need to contribute to society. We need to help others. And yet everybody, literally everybody, takes days off. Except for a very, very, very few. Lots of businesses close, other than very, very, very few. Lots of businesses aren't even open 7 days a week, other than very, 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 very few. So if you want to contribute, how can you delegate it so your contribution is available 24/7? That's up for you to find out and for you to decide. I was going to go through the good book today. I was going to go through the book and go through Altered Reality. But instead, this was speaking to me. So, days off. What do days off mean? Well, if you find yourself needing a day off, needing one, that means whatever it is that you've been doing, spending your time, is of low value to you personally. Like, do you take days off from, like, what are the things that you never take days off from? For me, I eat like basically every single day. I've not eaten every single day I've ever been born in my life, but I normally don't take a day off of eating. Why? Because I freaking like it. Thank you for being at Ike's in Tempe. What are some of the things, like, you don't ever take a day off of breathing, right? Sleeping, most people don't take days off of sleeping. I very rarely have ever in my life taken a day off of sleeping. What does days off mean? It really means what you have been doing with your days is depleting you versus energizing you. If you were only doing things that energized you, you would never take a day off. You wouldn't need lunch breaks. You wouldn't need time off. You just work and work and work, and then you'd eat, and then you'd work and work and work, and then you'd sleep, and then you'd work and work and work. And by work, I mean, it could be anything. You could, whatever it is that fulfills you. It could be hanging out with your family. It could be hanging out with animals. But if you ever need a day off from what it is that you're doing, then it means whatever you're doing is the wrong things. So how is it that you can get yourself so that you are only doing the things that you don't need a day off from? Often people take days off and then they need their days off from their day off, or they take a vacation and then they're still exhausted. I'm craving Ike's right now too. Fortunately, I decided to stay in my neighborhood versus walk to the Ike's, and literally every place I tried to eat at was closed. I had a mediocre dinner because everywhere else was closed, and I want to make sure I had enough time to do this. So days off. Make a list of the things that you do in your day that you don't need a day off from. Like, for some people, I'll be playing video games all the time, or watching Netflix all the time, or hanging out with their cat all the time, or a lover all the time, or eating all the time, or what are those things for you? If you're doing a business, what are the things in your business or your product that you don't need time off from, that you don't get tired from, in fact, that energize you? What are those things, and how can you only do those things 7 days a week? If you work for other people, same thing. How can you delegate out every single task that you do not want to do, that take away energy from you? This is the ultimate life hack. So altered reality in 10 minutes or less. We're at 8.5 minutes. So coming up, if you got some questions, I am in jail. That's why. If you have any questions, start typing them out now, and I'll get to them. Because I don't think I can do, there's never been an unselfish act in the history of humanity, ever. It might have to be its own 10-minute segment. So it looks like I do have time for one thing from the book. Not that book. Thanks, King. Stop. Did you miss something? You probably did. Not in jail. But it does actually kind of look like I'm in jail. You're right. Okay. So, one page from the Book of Magic. So this is altering your reality. She leapt backwards in surprise, her heart beating furiously. We talked about mannequins. We talked about puppets. And they stand motionless, even though they move. They make postures and say things, even though they're just zombie sheep. Test your hunches in reality. Everything is made up. So, literally move through reality as if almost none of it matters. And I'll get to your question in one moment. When you are fearful of your situation in life, or even if you're there and you want to say something to somebody, what shows up for you in those moments when you do what you normally would do, which is stay back and be a zombie sheep and not do anything, whether it's out of fear or compliance? And in the times that you have actually literally put your hand through reality, put your hand through things like, okay, you're afraid to say hi, or you're afraid to ask somebody out, or you're afraid to ask for a raise, or you're afraid to send your food back because it wasn't delicious. In the moments that you have done the things that you wanted to do, that you knew that you wanted to do, how is it that you felt in those moments when you did that? Which reality did you prefer? The one where you just complied, or you didn't say anything, or you didn't want to step on toes, or you were acting in fear, or the times when you made that stand for yourself? Reality continues to weave an ominous web of illusion. It's all fake. You could literally put your face on a t-shirt, a sandwich place, and then people start recognizing you for selling food. It happened like 15 times today. Yeah, I'm wearing a Nike shirt, but once upon a time, even that didn't get them to know who I am. Why does this work? Because reality is what you make of it. playing a video game today. I stream on Twitch, Mobile Legends, and the character, and I was playing, and I don't play this character often, but I've played it a bunch of times, and she said, your life is what you dream it to be. And I was like, oh, whoa. Is this video game like subliminally giving me some messages? And I was like, wow, that's actually awesome. Thank you for reminding me, video game. So that's one page from the good book. I've got a couple questions, so let me get to them. First, it's from Xavier. Hey, what's up, my man? Salgado, if you guys want to follow him. What's the key from starting from one location and expanding to hundreds? Why is it most people can't scale from 5 to 10 restaurants, nevertheless hundreds? The reason why they can't do it is most people don't even get to the first part. The hardest part about everything, somebody asked me, Ike, what's the secret? And I said, go and do it. The hardest part is deciding to do it and then stopping whatever your regular life is, your regularly life's programming, and moving towards that. That's the hardest part. The next hardest part is opening the first location. What happens is there's once somebody takes the risk and does that and gets to the one location, and I've worked with many people that have one location, and I actually, in a perfect world, I wouldn't work with anybody that just has one of whatever it is that they have, restaurant, store, business, because there's a mentality between, like, it's like they forgot what it took to get to one that they can't even see to, because this new disease gets into them. I do talk about this a lot in my courses. Go to learnfromike.com. It's nothing that's going to be able to be discussed right now in a quick manner. There's a lot of different things for a lot of different people. My sense of it, because I worked with a lot of restaurateurs that had one restaurant, or a lot of business people that have one location. And there's literally something that they fell back asleep after they opened up their first location. And then the to answer from like 2 to 5 to like hundreds, that's all in here, and making this in alignment with this and your sense of self-worth. We all have a virtual filter that we live underneath, and my reality is different than yours. There's none of us on this planet that have the same reality, and everything that disproves what our virtual filter is gets just bounces off. Anything that makes our virtual filter like that verifies it gets to come in. So a lot of people have this thing with success or money or being selfish. We're talking about selfishness, talking about contributing to society. There's a lot of things that people misconceive as what they're doing or not doing, and then thus they are not even. It's not that they can't get to 2 to 5 to 100. It's that it's not even believable to them. If you can open up one, you can open up 1,000. I must say this for the rest of my life. We're at 16 minutes, so unless there's any other questions coming through, and you're welcome, I am going to end it because these are supposed to be only 10 minutes. This is through a paywall, so, and I'm going to start doing twice a month office hours. We'll give it a cooler name than office hours. As a bonus to everybody that is a subscriber to at learnfromike.com. So if you haven't already gone to learnfromike.com and go and subscribe, it doesn't cost anything. This video is posted in my subscribers feed, which does cost something. It's $9.99 per month, and you'll get every single episode. You get episode 1 through 6 and all the other future ones. How do you get yourself out there in terms of advertising? I think getting yourself out there is one of the scary things. There's no such thing as not advertising. So if you're open for business, the advertising you do is the face-to-face interaction with the one person that you have when it's one person, and the 2 people when you have 2 people and 3 people. In a perfect world, they would be the ones doing the advertising for you, so you don't have to advertise. I'd say that's the hack. That's how Ike's became iconic. It wasn't because I did anything specifically advertising wise, it's because I was there and I was present with you, and then you wanted to come back and do business with me, and then you told people about it. So whatever it is that you do, looks like you do photos. Whomever it is that you get in front of you, you want to do that so well that they tell people. And also ask, like 100%, I asked people to leave me reviews. I did. So I asked people, hey, will you tell people I did this for you? I'd appreciate that. And then also, then you have to have the capacity and the skill level for, so when they do market for you, that it's actually good marketing, right? Now, if you're afraid of putting yourself out there, then like I was talking about earlier, the whole world's an illusion. So what the hell are you actually afraid of? Literally, if you like everybody that's ever been famous or popular or known, once upon a time, they were doing exactly what they're doing now, but with nobody paying attention. And that's always in the beginning. So if in the beginning nobody's gonna be paying attention anyway, then there's no reason for you to be afraid to get out there and advertise or market or any of that stuff, because people aren't gonna be watching. Like right now, this is for free, right? And nobody's fucking watching it. There's like 3 people right now. By the time this blows up, and I'm even more, like I'm gonna have tens of millions of followers one day, but it ain't today. And so it doesn't matter if I do a great job today. It doesn't matter if I look like I'm in prison today. It does not matter at all, because nobody's like, I'm not gonna say literally nobody's watching it, but 4 people are watching right now. So if I'm gonna be fearful over 4 people, then I don't even deserve success. I don't even deserve any of this stuff. If I was fearful about anything, yeah, sure, this is gonna be on Instagram through subscriber, and I have way more than 0 subscribers, and this is also on YouTube, and it's also on LinkedIn right now, streaming right now. There's a few people commenting on those channels, but like not that many people. So I'm gonna be afraid. That means that what it is that I want to contribute is less than my fear. I'm more fearful than I am wanting to contribute. Like I started this whole thing. If your business is closed ever, if you haven't found a way to delegate it so that you're able to do your product or service 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and that means you're placing something else more important to your contribution. So same thing, if you're afraid to be seen, then if you're afraid to be seen, then you're placing your comfort over the fact that you want to feed people, like in my case, or take pictures of people in your case, or make people feel great. Whatever it is, it's a priority for you. So now if you're like, oh, I mean, for sure, I'm not fearless. It's just, I would rather have this fear that I'm feeling right now than not do it. Because what I want to do is speak. I did the food and philosophy tour. Only freaking 4 people were there. And I'm like, oh, am I doing it right? It's 4 people. When I did the boot camp here, actually in this room, literally where I'm at right now, minus was facing that way. I should have went that way because it looks less like prison that way. And I had, it was like 11 people. And then I had some guests come in. So it was like 14 people max. Those 14 people's lives wouldn't be changed if I am letting my fear run me. So what it is it that you would like to do? And then do it. It's not that simple. It's, well, why do you want to do it? And likely that's more important to you than looking stupid. Because again, like there's 7 people on this now. Oh, it's doubled from 3. So if I'm doing a crappy job, only 6 of you guys are ever going to be able to tell people I did. So ta-da, that's it for today, since now it's 20 minutes. All right, go to learnfromike.com. Go subscribe there. I'll be doing my twice a month office hours, you can ask me more questions like this. You can even interact. Like it'll be in a Zoom format, so you can actually talk instead of type. And I'll catch you guys later. Thanks so much. Bye.